It's time for me to deal with the last Worldeater, the Murk Puff. But this is no easy task. I think I will need a helping hand. God, this Biomutant humor is starting to rub off on me. If you'd like to see all of this and more, join me in today's episode. Let's play! Hey guys, and welcome back to Biomutant. While I talk to you guys for a little bit, on the background I'm going to put some footage of the Pichu Tribe Conqueror process, I guess we could call it. um, like I said, I'm trying to make sure that I can get the ending of the game in this episode, and I didn't want the episode to be like 3 hours long, and also the what we do against the Pichu Tribe is nothing new. Basically, we've already seen these type of outpost battles. We've already seen fort battles and so on and so forth. I just want you to kind of see the general look and feel of the tribe more than the actual, you know, I don't know, fights and action and stuff like that, because that you've already seen. You know, defeat big monster, fight a bunch of enemies in the fort, fight a bunch of enemies outside the fort, and then take over the actual Pichu fort. The others were outposts. You know what I mean? You know what I mean by that. So yeah. That being said, after the the preview, the short version of the tribe takeover ends, we are going to continue with the final quest, let's say, with the final Worldeater. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and let's jump right into it. Today I think will be the last of the the adventures that we will have in Biomutant. I I can't believe that I'm saying this. It's absolutely it's absolutely unreal. Um, yeah, it's I basically what I'm trying to say is that I can't believe I finally mustered the courage to do this and to launch the channel, and you know, I have like, I don't even know, so it's going to be about 27, 28 videos on the channel, plus 27 or 28 souvenirs, the short videos that I make for each and every episode. And basically the same thing on Instagram as well, with what I do with the souvenirs and also the journal entries. And yeah, man, it's absolutely insane. I can't believe I'm just about to wrap up the first game on this channel, and you know, I'm working hard on the second second game intro. um I'm still hoping that I'm going to get a third game, basically to have instead of having, you know, the next game, to have the next two games at the same time. I was hoping that my schedule will look a little bit different and I will be able to play two games at the same time, but unfortunately something came up, you know, unrelated to YouTube, and I might not be able to do two games in parallel. It was already, to begin with, it was kind of a stretch, because you know, if each game takes each episode takes to about 7 hours to, you know, record, edit, watch again, do the journal entries, do the souvenirs and all that. That would mean, you know, 1 plus 1 equals 2, so 7 plus 7 equals 14 hours a day. And that plus, you know, a day job and the stuff like that, it's kind of impossible because my day job plus, you know, commuting, I think I mentioned this before, usually takes me about 11 hours. And, you know, 11 plus 14, that's 25 hours in a day. Even if we ignore, you know, eating, sleeping, showering, and all that, you know, all these other things that we need to do outside our jobs and our passions and stuff like that. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do. I really, really hoped that I could do just this once, basically 2 of them at the same time, but unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be the case. I'm still trying really hard, and I hope I can get everything out in time, but I'm not sure that I can. It's a lot of work before I actually start playing a game, and also the recording and everything else takes a whole lot of time. The the idea with the intros, in my opinion, is a really cool idea because every game that I play has a different intro, and I think that's kind of, you know, unique, and everything is hand drawn by me, and you know, with the resources that I could find online, and sparkle, just a sparkle of imagination, I guess, on top of that. Um, but like I said previously, I if a game shows up today, there's no way that I can play it because I need to do research, I need to do sketches, I need to do animations, and until that whole process is done, there would not be a way for me to start playing the actual game, because I'm a guy who's kind of, I don't know, yeah, you could say I'm a perfectionist, but I'm also kind of, I think the word that I'm looking for is maybe a little bit rigid, and I don't think that's necessarily something bad. I'm just the kind of guy who, if he says he's gonna do something, then he's gonna do that thing, and if I start a journey, then that's kind of, how should I say this? That journey is going to be at a certain level, and no matter what happens, I don't want to go below that. And that's kind of what I mean when I say rigid. So for example, if the coolest game in the world drops today, and it will be super cool to play it, and it will be super beneficial for a channel, especially a channel that just popped up out of nowhere with, you know, with not many people knowing about it, it's obviously really, really good to play as many games and try to beat the algorithm, and make sure that you always play the newest stuff and things like that, because people are going to watch it because the game just launched and stuff like this. So it's definitely beneficial for me to just jump into a game and play. But this is a decision that I made, and it's not something that I think I'm gonna go back from. So every time I play a new game, I will have the new intro drawn and stuff like that. I don't know, if something like really, really bad happens, then maybe I will have to drop the unique intros, the custom intros, but unless something like that happens, this is going to be the format, let's say. Now that all of the tribes are with us, I guess we could say, although we kind of forced them into it. Um, we are going to talk to Out of Date, and he is going to tell us to do the, to talk to Whiz, I don't know, somewhere around here, I think, so that in the end we can go and fight this guy over here. Yeah, let's go.
Out of Date says there'll be consequences of the war, but there are more pressing matters at hand. The last Worldeater has been left undisturbed with the tree while you focused on the war. He thought someone with your light perspective and key would have had different priorities and faced the Worldeaters before resolving the tribe war. Regardless, Out of Date is grateful the tribe war is over. Out of Date understands the road has been rough, but you already know what's left to end this journey, and it'll be tough. You're the only one that's strong enough to face the last Worldeater. The future depends on someone with a light perspective to give the world a chance to survive. Only time will tell what the future holds, and if it will bring a lasting peace for those that make it to the end. Out of Date says the word about what you've done so far is spreading. The tribes haven't lost hope yet. He appreciates what you've done so far, but unfortunately he's had urgent news from his friend Whiz in the northwest. He's unsure about your intentions, but hopes you'll support Whiz. He says he'll point you in the right direction, but finding Whiz and making sure he gets what he needs is up to you. That doesn't sound good. Out of Date's hunch is real. The Murk Puff is up next. Out of Date says that Whiz is worried now that the Northwest Worldeater is stepping up its activity. He explains that Whiz is working on an undersurf vessel in order to get to the Worldeater, but needs help to get it done. Out of Date suggests that you should head northwest as fast as possible and see what you can do to help. He's happy to help. Says talking to you was interesting.
Oh, thank God, that took so long. These cutscenes, man. They take way too freaking long. Anyway, this conversation kind of confuses me a little bit. I'm not sure if he's trying to say that. I mean, he definitely doesn't say that we're too late, but he also kind of indicates the fact that something bad kind of already happened with the Tree of Life. Does that make sense? Because he says, you took too long, some blah, blah, whatever he said. And that always kind of makes me think that, I don't know, maybe we should have arrived here sooner or something like that. I'm not even sure. It's kind of a weird conversation. But yeah, this is the hell is that? Oh, it's the dark point shrine, whatever graveyard thing that is. Oh, come on, where are you? There you go. So yeah, this is going to be Whiz's that's so weird to say. Whiz's quest chain, and it's going to end up obviously with the battle against the Murk Puff, and it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I've already played this and finished the game because I wanted to see how many episodes I might need and if I can finish the game until the new game launches. And this last battle is pretty cool. It took me about, let me switch back to my spark gloves. It took me about an hour to finish the this whole chain quest, but I did skip.
Factory. Keep your eye out for Whiz while you. Let's see.
I did skip all of the cutscenes, so I'm guessing that it's going to be a little bit longer than. Oh come on! I want to see. Never mind. Want to see the water behind the building. I don't know who this guy reminds me of. I kind of want to say Dr. Octavius, but
Woz isn't easy on the tongue, but I think he says he's happy to see a friendly face. Not too many of those around these days. Says it's good to see you again. He's Whiz. You might remember him from the old days when he let you try his Octopod? Whiz remembers you were such a cheery kid, and he's glad to see that light hasn't faded from you, despite the years. But Whiz understands it was a long time ago, and memories get murkier the deeper you go. But says it helps to have friends with you to plumb those depths.
tell me about Lupa Lupin.
He set up camp at the foot of the Tree of Life. It's gotten more difficult for it to find defenseless prey, as it's already eaten most of them. Whiz says our memory keeps things for us, preserves them until we are ready to face them again. He knows you've returned to face Lupa Lupin, and that confrontation is as inevitable as the tides. He's not surprised that the loss of your family could plunge you into the depths forever, but you've always been able to rise like a bubble to the surface, no matter what. He knows that though the tides of history may push you in one direction, you can always lay your own course.
I'm gonna say I'm ready to forgive.
Ultimately, it's your choice. You were the one to be wronged and have lived with the consequences. He believes in consequence as it's a direct result of action. Asks if you ever think about freedom and whether any of us really has it. Did you make the decisions that brought you here, or are you just a pawn of fate?
We can control fate. I made my own choices.
Glad to hear that. He only wishes he was that sure about himself. Amazed the world is going to continue on, but happy to hear it. Still so many things to invent.
Oh, come on already.
Impressed that you fought so hard to keep the world spinning. Thinks you were smart to join with the Myriad. They have a rainbow of ways to approach any problem.
They're colorful for sure.
Thinks that kind of diversity brings strength. But that's not nearly as important as this. Whiz says that you should let the past dwell in the depths. But there's something else down there too, gnawing at the Tree of Life. He's named it the Murk Puff. This is why he's tinker-tonkering with the Octopod. But the lid got stuck, so he needs a big enough Tugtwister to open it up and let you a-go in. He can't leave the Surge station, so you must help him find a Tugtwister. There's a wound-up Mekafingro in the Mecha Stadium that still has one stuck on its back. Find it, and you'll find the Tugtwister.
Tugtwister, the Mekafingro. Tell me about the Octopod. Let's go with the Mekafingro.
It's definitely made to lend a helping hand and do the heavy lifting. Toxanol records mention it as an automaton made for moving bionucleus matter into storage areas.
Okay, so we are going to start this quest, and like I was saying, it took me approximately an hour to finish the game from like this moment on.
Notices on that board. No one paid much attention to them, it looks like. Whiz should be around here somewhere, probably taking care of his guppos. A Surgesurf Factory was one of the cleaner ways to make power, until the surf turned into goo and clogged it all up, that is.
Turn surf into electric power?
The power comes from turning the movement of the surf into surge sparks. Sometimes science is beyond belief. There are sure to be more tracks around here, maybe by the shore.
Okay, so, yeah, like I keep trying to say, because, what the hell, no, nope, that's weird. It took me approximately an hour to finish the game from this moment on, but I did skip all of the cutscenes, and as you can see, every cutscene is like 5 freaking minutes. So I'm not exactly sure how long this episode is going to be. I'm gonna say it's going to be at least 1.5 hours. I'll see. Maybe I'll split it in two 45 minutes episodes or something like that. But yeah, we will see as we go. The information is the same. It's only split between two different things. It doesn't really matter that much, I think. Am I going the right way? I'm not so sure. Wait, it's definitely not here. Okay, let's go around. Oh, I know where we need to go. Can't believe I forgot about this. Another cool mount is going to make an appearance soon. And it's pretty interesting. It's not my style. Like I said, oh, come on. Thank you. I'm more of a, you know, mystical magic
Could be something to it.
type of guy. And I'm not really a big fan of technology and mechs and all sorts of robots and stuff like that. It's just not my cup of tea. It needs to have spells and life and that kind of thing. And but apart from that, the mount and the mount idea especially is really freaking cool. Don't get me wrong. It's just not my first choice. Let's just say that. When it comes to mounts, although the way it walks is kind of cool, and it's also a mount that you can use in combat, which is another interesting thing. I don't know if there's a way. Whoa, look at that damage. I don't know if there's a way to increase its damage, but I don't think so. I don't want to point a finger. Can I? Yes. I like the fact that you can stun these guys like that if you sort of hit them in the head. I think that's freaking cool. Okay, so this guy did, and we get some fruta squeeze. Oh, that makes perfect sense. Oh, wanna hear a freaking cool fun fact? Yeah, I know. They're both locked. In my, let's say, personal playthrough with my Deadeye, I think. Was it with the Deadeye or was it with the Samurai? I don't even know. I think it was with the Deadeye though. This door, and I can't remember if that door, but I know that this door was oh yeah, give me just a second so I can solve the puzzle and then I will continue. Okay. And there we go, the new mount. So yeah, this door is locked, and this door is locked, and this thing is bugged, and I cannot freaking use it. And so there's no way for me to get in here and get the reward through this method, let's say. And so what I did was I I climbed on top of the freaking silo building type of thing, whatever this is, and I dropped directly in here because there was no other way for me to go through that door. And that was really annoying. It happened a few times on my characters. I find these areas, these puzzles, and they either don't work. Cool. They either don't work or they actually, it's been the same with all of them. The interact button simply doesn't pop up no matter what I do, you know? We've already opened the door, but whatever. Yeah, so what I just did right now is not an option for me, you know?
That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework.
Now look at this thing.
To loosen the bolts without
this one is a bit confusing because it's really hard to see the things in the on the edges. Or at least it got me a little bit confused the first time.
The Tugtwister's loose. Let's hope it turned the grabbing hand into a helping hand, too.
So, this mechanical marvel is one of a kind mount. It even has a gun built in it to aim the weapon when mounted. Press mouse wheel. While aiming, shoot by pressing left click. This is so cool. This is so freaking cool. Like I said, the idea of it is pretty cool. And we can shoot like this. It's kind of a giant weapon if you think about it, in a way. And of course we can ride it. Although... okay, that's kind of weird. One of the wheels kind of goes through his body and... oh, and through his legs. Okay, well, what can you do, right? This jump is straight out of the Addams Family, I think it was called. And yeah, you can also do melee, sort of, if you can call that melee. It's kind of funny and it's great. It's a great idea, and that's what I think I love the most about this game. Sure, nothing works perfect, or not even close to that. Wait, what? How did I jump off of it? Wait a minute. So, oh, did I get? Oh, I think it's because I got kicked down. 1,000 damage? That's actually a lot. Well, it kind of depends on the build, but sure. Anyway, enough of the of that hand. We got a lot of things to do and not a lot of time to do it. Do we really need to go back now? Let's just of course. Of course, that pisses me off. There we go. So, some people kind of dislike Whiz's questline. I think it's actually pretty good. But the thing that I saw some people, you know, kind of getting upset about is the fact that you keep going back and forth. And we do go a lot of times back and forth, I think. I don't know, maybe 4 quests or 5 quests, I'm not even sure. The difference between the window and the broken window is so small, you can barely see it. Now you can see it in the reflection, but here It's almost undistinguishable. I think I said that right. Oh man, he reminds me so much of, first of all, Dr. Octavius, like from Spider-Man and stuff, but he also reminds me of someone else, like a
He believed that
scientist
Tugtwister
in a
would do
cartoon.
the trick,
I just
but
can't
now
put my finger on it.
realizes brute force won't do the trick. You need something slick.
I'm slick. Let's go with
Well,
that.
he means slick as in greasy, so you can lube the hinges of the lid. He can't argue against the fact your fur's shiny. He says the lid should open if you sprinkle grease it. Problem is, he's all out. He knows his old friend Choo Choo always keeps his grease sprinklers well filled. He should have an extra that you can borrow. He stresses that you should come back as soon as you've retrieved the grease sprinkler. The Murk Puff is crunching bark by the minute.
Let's go with the grease sprinkler.
Wants you to think of it as a black tar spritzer. The dead zone is full of that slimy black goo. It's good for fuel, but it's also slippy stuff.
Okay, so find Choo Choo at the end of the line. Makes perfect sense. So I already unlocked Choo Choo's waypoint when we when we did the quest for Lobo. So I'm gonna just teleport there. It's going to be a lot faster, and he's going to give us, weirdly enough, a pistol. Technically it's a tool, but it's kind of like the clown fist. It's a tool that can be used as a weapon, and it looks kind of funny, I guess. Dude, my man. What? He stays here? I left this mount here in the last episode. What? He doesn't disappear, he just stays there? That's so weird. I'm sorry, dude. Let me just do something for you. You're kind of a bat looking thing, so let me at least put you like in a bit of a in a place that has a little bit of shade. Okay, so take care.
Choo Choo knew you would make it to him one day. All you had to do was follow the steel path. The rails might be getting rusty, but eventually they all converge on him.
Why do you ride the rails? Who are you? You like rules? Why do you ride the rails? I guess.
Claims rails are like rules. If you follow them the way you're supposed to, everything good in life can roll your way. Says you followed the rails to where you need to be, but tracks have switches in them too. The question is then, will you keep on the same track or look for a way to hit that switch? You seem like you're on the right track already. He just hopes you don't get sidetracked onto a darker path. Whichever way you go, he wants you to know that the rails never steer you wrong. Stick to them, and they always bring you right to where you're meant to be. Wants to know if you've ever regretted taking one track in life instead of another. If you could go back, would you switch tracks or keep chugging along the one you're on?
Regrets, I've had a few. My track is the right track. Regrets, I've had a few, I suppose.
Thinks everyone has. No one's perfect every time. Seems like the world came out of its rut and is chugging toward higher ground again. Can't thank you enough for hitting the brakes and working to turn the world chug around. But let's not get derailed. Says he's
You already
surprised to see
did.
anyone this far out, but sometimes the wrong train does take you to the right station. As you can see, he
No, it
didn't
doesn't.
plan to make a stop here, but
What is he
now that
talking
he had
about?
to, he's really happy to see you. He says his name is Choo Choo. He's been off track since the world started dying, but he's trained his mind to stay positive regardless of the situation.
I make my own way. The rails don't go anywhere. Do you leave the trains?
Says sometimes life runs off the rails, but it's always better when they're good and greased. He's convinced the tracks are like the paths our lives take, and you must deal with the outcome, even if you didn't lay them yourself. This time, though, he was sidetracked and needs a new wing nut to get back on track. Wing nuts are easy to find, as they're fitted on any in-front chugger-chugger out there. The challenge is taking them off, so he's happy you're here to do it for him.
I can't have you sidetracked. I could give it a shot. Sounds dangerous. Can't have you sidetracked.
Says you're just like he used to be, a one-track mind, but going the right way.
So we need to go to the chug tunnel, and it's quite far away. Can we make that shorter? Well, technically, yeah. Let's try this. Yeah, we need to enter. This is, I think, one of those areas that I keep talking about in the last few episodes. It's an area that you cannot enter, I think, without this quest. I hope I'm not wrong, but I don't think I am. Actually, should we? Sorry, dude. Just eat some grass or something. I'm gonna take the hand out for a little bit. I'm not 100% sure because I don't really remember, but I am about 80% sure that you cannot open this without the quest, which is, unfortunate, but whatever. I like that that thing out there so much, the bandit camp. I don't know why. I just think it looks freaking cool. And freaking cool on top of the hill like this. And we are almost at the entrance. And this idea is so cool. I like this so much. So let's park our hand here.
Wingnut chug tunnel. It goes on forever.
Not really, but sure. Okay, something weird. Okay, so here we can't actually open this door. We need to go down and fight these guys. Wow, I got... That was interesting. Okay, and we need to go that way now, I think. Let me just grab this loot. I don't think there's anything else. So I'm gonna go straight for the staircase. And I really like this one, this jacket. It's not really useful for us, but I do think it looks freaking cool. Oh, there's something else here. And I think there's something right next to, yep. Okay. Oh, never mind. And we just stepped into, oh, oh hell no. Let me take care of the turret first. Okay, and let's grab the loot just for fun. Oh, that looks so sick. Very nice. Imagine that like on a shoulder pad or on the knee. Probably looks freaking cool. Hey, I see 3. Get out of here. And that's too bad because the actual weapon looked freaking cool. Bruh, why? Oh, Okay then. I pressed it by mistake, but hey, when life gives you lemons, I suppose. Oh, come on. Um. Oh, oh. Nope. Oh, come on. I still have the hope that one day I will get a 7 out in the wild and I will be freaking happy with it. But that day is definitely not today. And so cool. I really like these, a little bit more intricate puzzles. And what I mean puzzles, I don't mean these puzzles. I mean like the layouts of the, kind of hard to call them levels. Kind of wrong actually. Um, but I do like when you have to move between, 10 rooms and instead of just 2 of them or just 1 room or stuff like that. What am I doing? Okay, I like this. And that was it. I don't think I can teleport from... Nope, because we are inside and we would hit our head in the freaking ceiling if we would try to beam out of here. I'm guessing that's the logic behind it. You can't teleport because you sort of, beam up and then beam down, if that makes sense. And having a roof over your head obviously blocks the beam. Biomutant. And the same thing with Sky Spark. My god, that is frustrating. No problem, bruh.
Choo Choo says he knew you'd come through. If someone makes a stop at your station, it's for a good reason, but he understands no one gets their tracks greased for free. He'd be happy to part with his spare grease sprinkler, as he believes it's a great fit for any of your business that needs to be unstuck. He keeps it safe in a box on the handcart, in case of emergency.
Where is it? He keeps it in a safe box on the handcart in case of emergency, and one of the options is where is it? It's in a box on the handcart in case of emergency. Ah, let's say emergency.
Yes, for something catastrophic, like something squeaky in need of greasing or an ointment to ease the pain in these dark times in general. Choo Choo says you should help yourself to the grease sprinkler. It's a versatile tool from the bygone, a last of its kind, so don't let it go to waste. He's convinced you'll put it to good use, as there are lots of stuckies out there that need greasing to open.
That seems fair. You don't need to do that. The gadget is mine. I don't know. I don't like this. I just don't understand it. Either I'm retarded or there's something wrong here. Let's just say you don't need to do that, I suppose.
There's no better person to use it. Glad the rails led you right here. Choo Choo says he can't wait to get out of this place.
I think that's it then.
You have things to do.
Oh, you have no idea, bruh. Let's grab... Oh, there it is. And that's how it looks. And it's a tool, as you can see. And we can also equip it and fire it. It has obviously a fall off after a while, but my voice is cracking up again. But in case you would like to play with something like that, then there you have it. Okay, guys. Well, I'm actually going to end the episode here, and I'm gonna split it in two. The reason why I want to do that is because the game doesn't really end after the next battle. There's something else. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, so I'm not gonna tell you. But it's gonna take a while to.
Wonders why you work to better things when you understand.
Wait, what? Oh, come on! I was supposed to speak with. Ah, that's so freaking annoying. I think this is a good moment to stop the video. I'm gonna go back and do the whole thing off screen, and in the next episode we're gonna start right back in here, and we're gonna go for the Murk Puff and everything else after it. With that being said, thanks so much for joining me in today's adventure, and I will see you. I'm not sure. Either later on today or tomorrow, maybe. So take care.